And we
are
are
live.
live. I bet that's going to be horribly out of sync.
Probably, absolutely horribly out of sync because we
Oh,
are
good.
broadcasting from different
Immediately,
locations.
Facebook problem immediately.
Oh, really?
Yep. Does it say it on your end?
No, it does not.
It literally says, it looks like this stream was deleted on Facebook. Try creating a new stream or just remove this destination from the stream, then re-add it.
What?
Would you like to try? Hang on a sec. Do we have any comments?
Someone. Hello there. Someone is from our other thing, our YouTube, our Facebook.
So it looks like we're live on YouTube and not on Facebook. My gosh. Okay.
So how do we fix this glitch?
Well, like it's basically try creating a new stream or just remove this destination from the stream, then re-add it. So either we have to create a whole new one of these like we've done before.
Well, if we do that, we're gonna lose our people on the other one. So
I understand that, which is why I'm talking this out right now. So if we do that, we have to create a whole new one, which will come back up in like 2 minutes in a new thing.
Well, let's try removing this one first. So I bought Facebook, remove destination,
and then try re-adding it. It says.
Should I say delete on Facebook? Is it?
I'm not. Right. I can't.
Okay.
We're currently not in the same place, so I can't.
I know. Okay, so. No.
Ooh, okay. One moment, guys. We are trying to sort out some technical difficulties here.
Okay, it's doing something with Facebook. All right. How about now? It's because the check is back on for Facebook. Are we on for Facebook now?
Let me go look. Do.
I love technical issues.
And it looks like we are up. Hey, Facebook land, are we up? Please check in with us, please. Yay! All right, we are up in all of the places.
Yay! Because you gotta love technology glitches. Facebook has a tendency of deleting us. I don't know why. This is like what the fourth time that we go on live and like
in a row. I do not understand.
A minute later it disappears. Hello, Allison. Hello, Daisy, Gabby, Angela, etc. We are here. We are back after having spent some months on hiatus for multiple reasons. But the year is almost over. We are 1 week to Christmas, and we figured we would come back and do an end of the year live stream because it's like I said, it's been a bit.
Yes, it has.
We're broadcasting from 2 different locations because of travel issues.
Yes. I was supposed to get my car back from the shop today. I did not get my car back from the shop today.
Allison likes the sweaters. We are wearing our dueling Gandalf, you shall not pass sweaters.
Yes. Mom literally found us Balrog Christmas sweaters.
Yes. Balrog on the one side with the small Gandalf, and then the other side it's Gandalf at the doors of Moria, shouting, trying to get in. So welcome everybody.
So for those of you who are new, and I see we do have some new people, especially over on YouTube. Hi. So my father and I, we are psychic readers, and we are doing free tarot spreads for people tonight. We are doing 10 free readings. We have 3 people already signed up. So we have 7 spaces still available. We've got Daisy, Kate, and Allison. Is
Yes.
that cool?
Yes, Angela, you may have one.
And yes, yellow oranges on YouTube. By the way, yellow oranges, do you have a name that you would like us to call you? I'm happy to call you yellow oranges, but
Yes. My pen is not writing very
Layla for
well.
yellow oranges. Okay.
Call me Leela. Okay, excellent, Leela.
So Angela, Gabby, Adrian.
Gabby, Adrian.
Hello, everybody. Axel.
Axel.
Oh, Lila. Apparently, their father. Here, let me just.
Oh, I saw that. Yes.
Long ago, at
At a
Ye
psychic
Psychic
convention.
Convention.
I wonder which one that was.
You talks here and there of doing a mentorship.
Mentorship. I'm not sure people can see that. At least the view I have here is when you put it up there, it's getting like clipped off there because it doesn't show up under my page. I don't know.
Excellent.
Ah.
Let us know, y'all. We're having such fun with the
Oh, the one in Taunton. Oh, okay. That was Grimoire, I do believe. That was like back in January, something like that.
How many spaces do we have?
We have 2 left.
Is Aisha in there?
No. Okay.
Yeah, Aisha on YouTube. Am I saying that right? And so 1 spot left.
Yes. So we've got Kate, Allison, Daisy, Angelo, Leela, Gabby, Adrian, Axel, and Aisha.
Excellent.
Hello, Ilka.
Latoya on YouTube. You can close out our 10th spot. Absolutely.
Okay, Latoya, got it. Would you like to go over the ground rules while I make sure I'm running all this stuff down here real quick?
Absolutely. Also, hello, Ilka. Lovely to see you, whiskey boyfriend. So, everyone who has signed up and is new, we essentially offer 2 kinds of reading for this. You can either sort of have a what do you need to know right now from the universe, or you can ask us any kind of question that you may have that you'd like an answer to. We have 3 different decks that we offer.
Yeah, we are kind of like limited this like to tarot card readings for the most part. I know if you said that or not.
Yes.
Okay.
So we have a deck that is all artwork of dragons. We have a deck that is older, slightly more historic based on the Rider Waite, which is, we call it the Dark Shadows deck because its actual name is boring. And then we have a relationship deck that is literally just good for love readings. You don't want to ask a serious question of the love deck because you won't get a serious answer. You'll get some sort of love answer. How am I doing, Dad?
So far, so good. So yes, when it is your turn, and please be patient. You just let us know through the chats if you have a question or if you just want the general reading. Which person, either Ren or myself, that you would like to be the point person, what deck of cards you would like to use, and also any number between 1 and 78. And yes, Latoya, we do general reads. So like I say, you don't have to ask a question if you just if you don't want to. And so the reason behind the number, me being the numerologist, I came up with this a while ago. Because normally when we have people in front of us, we have them shuffle our cards, put energy in the deck. Obviously, with a live stream, you guys ain't here physically to do any of that stuff. So we shuffle the cards, but then again, your number between 1 and 78, number of cards in a tarot deck, we'll find that spot in the deck. And then that basically becomes your top card. And then we talk the 3 cards from there. So now, as a general rule, we're both going to talk anyway. But the thing is, if you really want to have one specific person be the one that kind of takes the main front, you just basically say so. If you don't have a preference, then we'll deal with that when the time comes. Figure out who's actually going to do what. So
we will start.
Is Kate here? I know that Allison and Daisy from our 2 signed up. Since they signed up first, they get to go first. And
yes, I have not seen Kate in the chat yet. And yes, Leela, Dad, would you like to read out just the the list as it stands?
Oh, you mean the list as who's getting readings?
Yes, and just the order they're in.
Okay. Kate Wilcox, who I don't know if she's actually checked in or not. And if she doesn't, that means she's going to lose her spot ultimately, and someone else can grab it. Allison Faria, Daisy Gnomes. And then we have Angelo. We have Leela under the name Yellow Oranges from her Instagram or YouTube rather. Gabby, Adrian, Axel, Aisha, and Latoya.
Daisy, in answer to your question, not really, no. With all of my own medical hoopla, I have not really filled in him much about much. Sorry.
That's okay.
But since I have not seen Kate check in, but yes, so to those of you that are new and now you know the order that things are going, please be patient. You can check out and check back in. Leela, I'm also red, but Spawn is genuinely fine for me. That is one of the names that I do go by. For I am the Spawn to the Fafnir.
Yes, after all, for those of you who are not familiar with us, Lord Fafnir and Spawn are our Renaissance Fair character names that we've had for, well, Red's had hers for almost her entire life because she was named that by the people who worked the fairs when she was running around as a little kid while Mommy and Daddy were doing their Ren Fair stuff.
Absolutely. And Fluffy, miss you too. Hope you're doing all right, love. Okay. So shall we kick things off?
Yes. So let's see. Since Daisy chimed up first, we'll do Daisy. Then we will do Allison. If Kate doesn't show up by then we will start going in the order of those who signed up tonight, and we'll go from there.
Oh
yes, yes. People still call me Fluffernutter.
Yes, people used to call him Fluffernutter.
I still hear that now and then. All right, Daisy. So go ahead, ask us the question, or just say you don't have a question. Tell us which deck you'd like to have, and number between 1 and 78, and we will take it from there.
So, hey, since it's been a hot minute, how are you all doing? Give us some comments. Let us all know how things are going.
I say Ren Fair season closed a while ago, and now it's getting quite cold outside.
It is.
Although at least tomorrow here it's supposed to be like 60. We're getting a weird.
Ew. I don't like the refreeze. Is going to be terrible.
It's supposed to rain and be almost 60 tomorrow.
Right, I know, but then the refreeze afterwards is going to be terrible.
All right, Daisy, we're still waiting for you.
Do. Come on, Daisy. Don't make me make Gatsby jokes. I'll make Gatsby jokes. I have a feeling you're probably sick of those.
And Allison, you're up next, so be ready with your stuff. And you've had readings with us before, so you know the routine.
People can get points if they like to put their stuff in the chat early.
Yeah, that's true. Pick the deck. Either are my kids and I going to do okay after the divorce?
I feel like that's a dragon one.
Yeah, that's definitely a dragon one. Shall I lead off with my dragon deck?
Go for it. Do you have a number between 1 and 78, Daisy?
I will give my deck a quick brand new shuffle. And obviously, we don't have our little separate camera tonight. Well, actually, we do, but since we're in different locations, we don't have
I'm using it.
the camera, which is just the cards. We'll literally take the cards and hold them up to the camera. 13.
13.
Little triskaidekaphobia going on here. And 13, by the way, in tarot is the number of the card of death.
I'm like, wait for his Smaug voice.
Oh, yes, you have to. The card of change. Now, we read cards as inverted, by the way. So pretending that, we are, quote, you. If the cards are facing us, that's regular. If they're facing away from us, that's what would be inverted, which means the meanings may or may not be a little different. So all three cards I just drew for you, Daisy, are all facing my direction. So we have no inverted cards, which makes it a little easier. I will tell you what the cards are, then I will show the pictures to the camera. This being Dragon Tarot, artwork is dragons. Metaphor is that you happen to be the dragon in the cards. So the first card is the 9 of coins, coins being the suit for earth. The second is one of the major arcana, number 3, the Empress. And then the last one is the Ace of coins. So we have a pair of earth cards and then the female Empress in the middle. So here is card number 1, picture of the 9 of coins showing the dragon basically looking at two trees, black tree versus white tree, and one's reverse. As you can see, black tree roots to the earth, white tree roots to the sky. Metaphor being referring to the white tree is that connection with the spiritual, the ethereal, the pleasures of life. The black tree roots to the earth. That's the connection with all the things that we have to basically deal with here on planet Earth. And look where your dragon is pointed towards the white side. Here is number 3, the Empress, the second most powerful female energy card in the deck. You notice that the picture here of the female dragon, the Empress in her throne, not wearing a crown, by the way, but instead holding a brand new baby dragon, freshly hatched. And then the Ace of coins looks like this. Green dragon, basically on the outside of the cave, a little white flower at the cave, and the dragon's kind of debating, shall I go out for a jaunt or shall I go back in my cave and have a nap? Well, it kind of depends on your point of view perspective. After all, winter is coming, as they say, so this actually would be a good time for hibernation. On the other hand, the flower is kind of saying, maybe you got to go back out there and do some stuff. Because after all, if you're just basically snoozing all the time, then not much is really being accomplished. So going back to the question, are your kids going to be okay after the divorce? Reason, financial, and emotional abuse. Well, I'll put it this way. One of the suits of Earth talks about is actually refers to money. Earthbound physical aspects. Also, the idea is that of the 4 suits of the tarot, they do go back to the elements earth, air, fire, and the water. 2 of them being referring to male energy, that being air and fire, earth and water referring to female energy, more about emotions. I'll grant you it's a stereotype, male energy and female energy, but they still kind of applies those stereotypes. You have all female energy in your 3 cards. So with a reference also to financial aspects of things. So the idea is that you have, first off, the one dragon looking towards the white tree, trying to have more of that connection with the spiritual, the ethereal, the emotional. Number 3, the Empress. Gee, guess who that's a reference to? You still having to play the role of mom and dealing with the kids that you have, and recognizing that maybe you actually really don't get a chance to wear your own crown while you're actually still caring for the young ones. And then, of course, then the Ace of Earth, the Ace of Coins, you essentially talking about making the decision of do you go back in the cave or you kind of go out there. In a short answer to this, and Red can talk about this as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're gonna be okay. Obviously
Yeah.
it's gonna take a while. Wounds are gonna take a while to heal. But the thing is, the portents of these cards are actually pointing in your favor rather than pointing against you. Because I'll tell you, for those of you out there who are watching us who are not familiar with us, we don't sugarcoat this stuff.
Not even a little
We,
bit.
we don't pull any punches. We want to give you the best information which we can, which means we don't sugarcoat, and sometimes we are very, very blunt and sometimes very, very brutal. Love telling great stories, love giving positive things, but if the result is kind of going, it's not that great, we're going to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Absolutely.
Free will applies, as in you can go back in the cave and rest if it really is going to help you from a healing point of view. But from my point of view, it's like I think you're better off the ice sheet if you just get out and start walking again. The idea is that the more you experience on the outside, that's actually going to be a bit of a self-healing process. It doesn't sound like it will be logically, but in reality, it's going to be. It actually, I think it shall.
Mm-hmm.
Financial side there, because again, 2 Earth cards referring to finances. 9's a transition number, and Ace is for a number of new beginnings. Again, numbers themselves, there's really no such thing as a good or a bad number, but they also do refer to, they point you off in directions which can either be more in the positive or negative directions. 1s and 9s have a tendency of pointing towards positive because essentially it's move, keep going, keep progressing. So,
I
yes.
like that. Excellent. Good job, numerologist.
So now, Red, you can add your perspective to this.
Well, I mean, honestly, when you first said the cards, I was like, oh, this is a very, very easy progression. And the cards are not that easy that often, which is something that I also really believe is portents in your favor. We didn't really have to go looking hard to figure out what those meant in the order that they meant. And I think that right now, especially with the white tree issue, you're having a much harder time seeing further down the line. And that's okay. And like I see what you're going through, like at least through your posts. So I know that also the Empress is very much the definition of what you're also being right now. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Very, very much so. Anything else?
So you can then leave the cave and go. You can also get a new cave, a better cave, one that's like actually safe for you and your kids.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like this one was pretty straightforward, which I like.
Yeah, it doesn't always. Yeah, sometimes they're convoluted or they conflict.
That was very column A, column B, column C.
Yep,
And
pretty
profit.
much. Alrighty, we will continue. All right, so Allison, you are up next, and Kate, if you are out there, please chime in, or you might lose your spot.
Hello, Mountain Machine. We have literally just started our list. Currently, our list is full, but we do have a wait list if somebody forfeits their spot, as does happen. So
And I haven't started one yet. So, but I will put you on there, Montaigne. You are now. Yeah. If basically if Kate doesn't come in, you will be getting Kate's spot beyond a certain point.
You're welcome, Daisy. Here, let me. Planning on a new cave. Yes, see, new cave is helpful.
Now, in your view, can you actually see that entire comic? Because in my view, it's
yes,
cut
I
off.
can.
Okay.
So, I don't know. Again, everybody, can you actually see those when I put them up? Doop, doop, doop. Kate is supposed to be up soon. She is one of the people that pre-signed up. If she does not claim her spot after this one, then we will go to the people who signed up tonight.
Yep.
And if she still hasn't shown up by then her spot gets forfeit.
Okay, so Allison put up her stuff already, and she wants the Dark Shadows deck, so that's going to
Yep,
be
which
on
I have
queue.
been shuffling while talking.
Gotcha. So yes.
And I must scroll up.
Quest for new employment, please, using the Dark Shadows deck.
7.
Otherwise known as the Swiss 1-1J deck. Yes, that name is very, very boring. But Red Swiss 1-1J is cool from a couple of reasons. It's one of the decks which was actually used in the old 60s soap opera Dark Shadows. And her deck has 80 cards because it has 2 blank ones. And it's also in French to boot. Like I said,
I did pull out the French one because I figured I wouldn't be forgiven if.
Oh no!
So I've gotten a lot of new decks over the last 6 months specifically, and one of the decks that I've gotten, guys, Swiss One JJ is back in print. However, it is in print in English, not French. So, new employment. So, we have inverted Ace of Coins, inverted 5 of Wands, and the Magician. One. Two.
That's the upside down 5 of Wands.
Yes. Then there's this guy.
There's the good old Magician there.
So, remind me, Allison, is this a place that you were long? Because I feel like we've done employment readings before. I could totally be making that up in my brain, but I feel like this is a topic we've broached at least once. Because yes, I'm seeing is this a situation of I'm out already or I want out? Because with the Ace of Coins, I'm like, starting new again. Inverted suggests that perhaps, at least to me, that this is perhaps an I want to get out. How about you, Dad?
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of looking at going,
Your plumage seems a little deflated.
A little bit, yes. By the way, your lighting is not the best, showing the picture of the.
Oh no! Yeah. But
yeah,
now it's far away.
That's too far away, but yes.
But yes.
But I know you like a dark spot in front of you. I don't know.
You worked in media and AI took your job. Oh, bullshit. I hate that. Yes, so we definitely need something new. So is this why we have the 5 for reevaluation? Are you reevaluating like new field entirely? Are we wanting to stay in media? Because definitely seems like our energy is a bit deflated. It still, looks mostly okay from the outside. One of the things about this deck that is hard to show right now is playing with the colors, because it really shows the symmetry or lack thereof. And while you're creating a nice pattern with your wands there, the colors are it's all in disarray. So, oh yes, new field, something creative, ideally. But not like in a performing magician type way. Or is it time to sort of get that hat back on?
But the magician was the only one that was not inverted, correct?
Correct.
Yes, you have the upside down 5 of Wands, which the symmetry from a distance looks fine. Close up, you realize how much
It's all a mess.
how screwed up it really is. So yes, the attention clearly is in the details. So, um, so looks like Allison, what do you want to do? It's the fact of is that use this essentially as the opportunity to basically start something brand new. Um, if you're going to basically wait for something to come around, you'll be waiting. On the other hand, if you start your own thing,
Magician as a form of manifestation.
oh,
I don't hate the concept of that.
no, not at all. Actually, magician's number one. Again, one for new beginnings. So as long as you basically aren't fooling yourself in the process, you know, because that's actually one of the downsides of the magicians. Every now and then, because magicians, hey, what do? Their tricks are illusions, right?
Yes. So it's one of those things where I don't want you to feel like you have to perform if you don't like performing in the sense of keeping doing something that you don't have heart in doing. But hey, if there's something creative performance based,
Or just something which actually
yeah,
just kind of gives you that wow feeling of like I'm really into this, but
that
it's
too.
not just a job, it's an adventure.
That it certainly is. Yes, Catwoman, there is a list. Currently it is full, but we can put you in the wait list in case somebody does not take their spot.
Yep, I got Catwoman on the list for overflow if we have any. We will we
Yay!
will we will see how that goes. So, all right.
Does that make sense, Allison?
Hopefully it does. And while we're waiting for her response, Kate still has not checked in, so we are going to move on now with those who signed up tonight. I'm basically going to go in the order that they did. So Angela is next, then Leela, and then Gabby. So prepare yourselves. If the three of you would like to go ahead and actually chime in on the comments, what your question or if you just want a general read, again, who you'd like to be the point person, which deck you would like to have us read from, and what number between 1 and 78 you'd like to have. Creative Arts, I will put you on the list as well. The overflow list here. Okay.
19 general. So we'll
Does
do
not
one.
matter. Well, I'll take that one since you just did the last one. We'll try to
It's Layla, Dad.
Layla. I said
Yeah.
Leela. That's Layla. Excuse me. Layla. Got me on my knees, Layla.
Are we doing my dragon cards or your dragon cards?
Do you want to do yours?
6 of one, half a dozen other to me. We already did yours. Do you want to trade back and forth?
Yeah, let's just do that. I mean, unless I'm going to ask you other things. So, since Angela did ask for a specific one, now what was the number? Was it 19?
Yes. And oh, Chels, I think we missed you. I'm so sorry.
You know number 19 is in the tarot? Here comes the sun. Wouldn't it be kind of funny if the sun card showed up?
Wouldn't it?
All right. So, Angela, what's our question? I have to look back in the comments here.
General.
General does not matter who. Okay. So, right off the bat, I'll show you the picture in the camera in the middle bit. You have first the inverted dragon, Ace of Wands. Then you have the inverted number 16, the Tower. And the finale is not inverted, number 20, Judgment.
Bum,
So,
bum, bum.
bum, bum, bum. Exactly. So here you have your picture of the Ace of Wands. Like I said, this was inverted. Kind of like a picture of this is the oldest dragon in the deck. It's like Gandalf, the old gray wizard dragon, just kind of like sitting in his laboratory, in his library, debating about whether he should actually do anything or just kind of like hunker down and enjoy the wisdom and all the experiences he's offered. Here is the upside down, or I should say, the tower, which I'll show you it right side up. Here you have the picture of the dragon surrounding the tower, which is on a small island being battered to hell by a storm, and it's on fire. And you cannot tell me by the picture, and by the way, this is intentional, what that dragon's intentions are. Is he trying to save the tower from the storm, or is he basically helping to wreck it? And the thing is, that's a whole different perspective on things. And then here is Judgment, the multi-headed dragon coming out of the ground to basically decide to impose judgment. He has a hammer in his hand. There's an anvil on the ground. It's like a judge going, case dismissed. The idea is that it's provoking judgment. Because a lot of tarot decks, by the way, they have a tendency for judgment showing that it's like more like judging, God on high, judging us on the ground. That's one of the interpretations of judgment. Dragon takes it differently.
Very
Because
much
the Dragon Tower refers to more of how we, as humans, in the form of dragons in the cards anyway, how we judge ourselves and how we judge others and how we often really screw it up. Because after all, that's what we do. So, from a general read perspective, change is on the horizon. Are you ready for it? Because that's a big thing here. Ace again being for new beginnings, 16, 1 and 6, 1 for new beginning, 6 for confusion, adding to 7 for resolution, and then the 20 or a 2, decision time. So it refers to the first card here, kind of refers to essentially everything you've already done. All your experience, all your stuff there. You got a nice library built up there. You got your little chemistry set and want to play some games, etc. It's like all those things you've already accomplished. And yeah, you've accomplished quite a bit. Now, the whole point is that what are you going to do with all that wisdom, experience, knowledge? Are you going to basically just kind of sit back and rest on your laurels? No. Number 1 kind of says, new beginning, start doing something else. Get out of the castle, help others, like Gandalf was. That's the whole point is that, think about it. If you guys are familiar with the story of The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, at that point, he only had been around for like 3,000 years, had done an awful lot of stuff. It's time to, he didn't have to help anymore. He could just kind of go, I'm done. And frankly, if he had decided that, I don't think anyone really would have had a chance to complain. But no, he's a good doobie. And he goes, no, I'll keep helping until the task is done. Then you get the whole point of the tower.
Well, also, I think, Angela, that this one, too, is a little bit like Daisy's back at the beginning, where it was like, oh, what a progression this is. I think this is a kind of straightforward progression, at least the way that I'm reading it. And Montaigne, we are on Angela right now. So, but keep going, Dad.
Good. So now we have, again, the tower, only this was upside down. Again, referring to, you don't know what the dragon's intentions are. What you do know is the fact that the tower is going to crash one way or the other because it's in a shitty location. So the idea is that the dragon, if he's like reactive, he basically will do anything to try to save the tower, knowing that he might get it through this storm. But there's going to be another one.
And then another. Hey, Dad.
And another. What was that?
I'm just letting you know I'm going to mess with the camera for a moment just so I can try to fix the lighting a little on my end.
Okay. So the idea is that Yeah, this thing is essentially someone, the reactive dragon will try to save the tower, but there's going to be more and more storms. Eventually, the tower is going to fall. Now, the proactive dragon recognizes that the tower is in a crappy location. Therefore, before the storms and nature takes it, the dragon's going to tear it down himself and try to salvage what he can, move it somewhere else, and rebuild. Now, question is that what are you going to do? Are you going to be more proactive or more reactive? It being in the inverted position essentially says right now you're more thinking about the here and the now and more of the reactive, not so much the long-term proactive. Now that's your choice, but that I think long-term does not really help you. I think I think you need to think about more of the longer term down the road rather than just, hey, what's coming up next week, next month, next quarter, etc. Start looking at what's going to happen in another year, 2, 3 years from now, etc., etc. And then the last card, the one that was not inverted, Judgment. All right. And like I told you, it's not judgment of what someone else from on high is doing to you. It's what you are doing and others are doing to you, and you are doing to yourself, and you are doing to others. The idea is that, okay, stop trying to judge everybody else because you're not any good at it. And by the way, nobody is. Like I said, we are horrible judges of ourselves and our others. However, the whole point in that card picture of the hammer and the anvil, it says it's time to make a resolution. So take a look at a situation where, frankly, it's been dragging on long enough, and it's time for you to essentially pronounce your own, quote, judgment by ending it, resolving it, moving on. Maybe not in the way that you actually want it to go, but the idea is that it is what it is. If it goes in your favor, yay. If it doesn't, heal yourself, move on. Either way, move on. And you're back, Red.
I can't tell if this is better or not, but we'll find out.
Put a card close to the camera and I'll tell you.
Nah.
Yeah.
Meh.
Not really.
Well, I tried.
Well, we'll work. Anyway. So if you heard all of that, did you want to chime in with any additional verbiage of wisdom?
Yeah, so like for me, the way that I especially read that as just a straightforward progression to is in the tower sort of doing your work right now, especially like it's almost like you went and got like another degree or something, and then you've been putting that to work, and the tower that you are currently in, you basically need to decide what to do with it. I think we know overarchingly that you do not want to stay in the tower that you're in. You're trying to push forward and make good change for yourself. Like, you've done a lot of like good work. Yay, you're doing so good. And Judgment, where we have our hammer and our anvil and we're ready to build, I feel like we are going to build in the shadow of the tower, or actually just in a better location. Because if you'll notice, like in the card itself, the tower is just not in a good location.
No, tower is not in a good location. But yes, the tower, as a general rule, just generically, it refers to change that's coming that you don't necessarily want, but you got to deal with.
And also, I have found that even if it is change you do want, it may be change you want slightly unexpectedly in a different way.
And there we go. All right. So now we are moving on. Unless, Angela, you have any last questions. We'll move on to Layla. And then Gabby, you are right behind her. And then comes Adrian. So those are the next three on tap, so to speak. I love that name, Yellow Oranges, by the way.
Oh, Chelsea, I love that. I'm putting that up here. Tearing down our hard work over
Yep.
the time can even for a fresh start can be hard because the memories pride and hating that feeling of was it all for nothing or what if I need this in the future. I totally get that.
Yep. All right. And now we wait. I wonder what our delay time factor is on Facebook and YouTube tonight. 'Cause I know other times in the past it's been really, really long.
Yeah, I have no idea. But yes, Layla, would you like dragons? Would you like dark shadows? I don't. You said spiritual, so I'm not thinking that the love deck is going to be what you like.
Probably
Yeah.
not.
Please choose deck for me, and I would like whomever to read for me. My main concern: what is the next steps for me spiritually?
Interesting.
Hmm.
All right, kid. We're gonna do your dragon deck for this one.
Okay. Layla, would you like to do a number between 1 and 78, please?
Ooh, 78, the last card in the deck. That makes it easy.
It does. Thanks for making it easy for me. Doo-doo-doo. Here, I have to concentrate extra hard while I'm shuffling. You don't have to. Entertain the crowd.
Entertain them. Let me entertain you. No, that's really bad.
I'm the entertainer, and I know just where I stand.
Old Billy Joel song, yes. That's a bit of a tongue twister to do that one. I am the entertainer, and I know just where I stand. Another serenader and another long-haired band. Today I am your champion. I may
Layla,
have
what
won
is
your heart, but I know the game. You'll forget my name, and I won't be here in another year if I don't stay on the charts. What convention am I heading to next? That's a good question. Well, the thing is, the next event that we have is going to be the Vermont Winter Fair up at Essex Junction. It's going to be the same weekend as Super Bowl Sunday, as a matter of fact. The first full weekend of February. That's our next one on tap there. Grimoire is something because I know that's where we met before. We're not going to be doing any Grimoire events in the immediate future because they don't
they're
have
very
anything coming in
they
in
move
Greenville.
all around with location.
What was that?
They move all around with
Yeah,
location.
I don't even think they even have one in New England coming up in like the next 6 months.
Woo! So, cards. They are drawn. We have the 10 of Swords, the Page of Swords, and the Emperor. The Page of Swords is inverted. So we have
So that's the 10 of Swords.
that is the 10 of Swords.
Ah, yes, with the dragon basically getting his head caught around the top of the door frame.
Oh, don't you be starting this nonsense. Sorry, guys. Cat has appeared on scene. Don't you be starting nonsense. Thank you.
Don't you love the four-footed fuzzy ones? Page of Swords upside down. That also refers to Gemini as a zodiac sign, reference to the free flying dragon, who's very, very happy. And then what's that last one there? Oh, that's the Emperor. Okay, thank you. Yeah, holding it there, I can actually see what the card is.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, you get close up to the detail, it goes black, or close to anyway.
I don't have good lighting in my home the way you do.
Yeah, well, we can't all have great lighting.
So, for your spiritual path, also, I've drawn you a clarifier card. I just haven't brought it up yet. Um, So, yes, you sure are lost.
Yeah. Um, Swords refers to logic and brain, and an awful lot of times overcomplicating.
Right now, um, I'm gonna say something that sounds very silly, and it we're just gonna deal with it. But you can't brain your spirituality. You, you can't. You, you're overthinking your spiritual quest potentially, and that is certainly not going to avail you. Oh no, not that you can't brain at all. You can't brain your spirituality. You can't think yourself into your spiritual path. It is a much more feelingsy situation than that. At least it is for me.
Well, I would say it sounds like you're in a bit of a funk, and therefore you're trying to think you're trying to think your way out of your funk.
That
Which, yeah, from if you're talking about trying to think your way out of your funk from certain aspects of life, that might work, but this ain't one of them.
yes, because
You know,
again, not sure how well you can see, but so the swords in this card are, yes, help me out here, Dad. The
let me see if
swords
I
in
can
this
find this
card
thing.
are making a doorway, and the dragons kind of hung up in the doorway. We're a bit tangled in it, which is where I'm suggesting perhaps we're having some a little bit of overthinking, thinking in circles, um just kind of getting hung up on. So is there like a particular spirituality question that you're finding yourself like getting hung up on? Do you want to just get all three of them out, Dad?
I put it this way. I'm looking for them.
Okay.
As you talk here, I've got the one.
You just don't know what to do next.
All right.
So
So here's the picture of the close up of the Ten of Swords. Basically, is that
oh, that's
you got your head lopped around the top of the swords.
that's an interesting comment you make. Honestly, there's so much and nothing. What I'm very curious as to what do you mean by that? Because are you talking like from a jet, like are you looking for like a community spirituality sense, or is this more of a solo journey? Um, so much to learn and nothing seems to hit or click.
Jack of all trades, master of none.
So then let me also ask you this question in sort of your quest. What have you tried? Because from an inverted standpoint, this is less of the card of like, yay, I'm free, look at me, I'm so free, and more like I feel like I'm going in circles a bit.
Oh, you're showing the second card now.
Yes, unless you want to talk more about the first one.
Well, I put it this way. What came to my mind, because you know how I often think about these little weird segments from like movies and books and songs, things of that sort.
Mm-hmm.
This being the free flying dragon upside down, I want to do a Yoda quote from one of the Star Wars films. Let go of everything you fear to lose.
Mm.
Because that's essentially what it is that it's like, because you are, the more you try, the worse it's getting, because the more you're complicating yourself and stopping yourself. It's
Yeah.
almost as if you have to just let go, and just, you know if it was like, take a break, you know let yourself just like purify, come back. Don't, because the more you try, the more anxious you're getting, and the more blockage you're actually throwing yourself out there.
Kitchen magic is a great way to start. You can There are groups that you can like reach out and like find people to do kitchen magic with. this is um ooh, Gabby's got a good one. It's giving take the break and it will come to you.
I mean, I don't know how many times, in the course of my life where I got really frustrated with something, I'll just like say, screw it. And I just walk away. I go out, I go out and I do something completely different, which has nothing to do with this thing. And all of a sudden something, I'll get this like little minor epiphany. I'll be like going, hawk is smoke. And then I'm going to go, there's my solution. But if I was already in the trenches trying to figure it out, it never would have come to me.
Because I also think that if we look at this through a slightly different lens, especially with the third card here, I think if we look at this through a slightly different lens, that'll help. Um, in terms of spirituality, like what makes you feel? So we've got the kitchen magic, but you want to do more. So chase the power that yes, overcomplicating. Hey dad, go back to the 10 of swords.
Oh, okay.
OMG is because I overcomplicate. Yes, this is the card of overcomplicating.
Yeah, this is one of the ones where the idea is that the metaphor is the dragon's trying to get through the door frame, but he literally is like the spider caught in his own web. This is the card which refers to the fact that you are, in fact, sometimes your own worst enemy.
So the break that I'm suggesting is a slightly different break, because the break that I'm suggesting is in fact a journey but in a slightly different direction, because I think you need to suss out what actually makes you feel like the emperor, what makes you feel, because the emperor is the king of fire, the king of energy, that like this is where we're at the height of it.
Alpha male sign. Mm-hmm.
What makes you feel that way? Number one. Number two, I think something that is going to hit you in your spirituality. Have you tried just straight seeking out community first? Sometimes, especially since you said that you want to do more spiritual solo, but more spiritual in community, have you tried just seeking out that community feel first? I honestly think that that may be the break that you need.
And she says it's not really, it's mostly solo. Well, also recognize the fact of it is that, the psychic arts, there is so much of that. As
Mm-hmm.
one person, you are not going to be able to master everything. Nobody
But
does.
there is so much to explore, and
Mm-hmm.
and finding community and talking to people and seeing and basically discovering things that you may not have known what was out there. Because I did draw a clarifier for you. If you would you like to also pull this one out, Dad?
What is it?
The High Priestess.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. So you go from the Emperor, which is the most powerful male energy card in the deck, to the High Priestess, which is the most powerful female energy card in the deck.
Yep. It's currently inverted, but for the clarifier card, I know it is insane as a clarifier. Um,
I'll get it. I'll find it eventually. I'll only have 40 more cards to go through.
in terms of like where to look physically, if you don't mind letting us know, like, where are you physically? If you want to like drop a line and like chat with us afterwards, we could potentially help point you to community, because like we do know a lot of metaphysical community in the New England area.
Finally, here we go. High Priestess.
Yes. Love that card. Inverted right now, you're still finding it, but I want this to be the confidence builder of it's in there.
Note that in this card picture, she's making a brew of a potion, and she's pouring the contents of her goblet is the form of a rainbow. And I'll grant you, tarot cards, tarot decks of all kinds of symbols and metaphors, but I've never heard of a black rainbow.
So I would just say take a little bit of the break in terms of solo work, unless you're willing to not, if you want to just do a spell and not do the thing like you were saying, adding bits and pieces and overcomplicating things. I would seek out the part of you that said wants to do the community stuff as well. I would feed that for you as well. Thanks, Gabby. Them some good words. I put them on the screen now. Release, stop overthinking, and you'll step into your power when you least expect.
Ain't that the truth?
Yes.
And speaking of Gabby, you're up.
Woo! It's time for Gabby. Where are we in terms of, because I see Aisha checking in.
Well, we just finished number 4.
Okay. And where you wrote the list, I can't see.
So we have Gabby, then Adrian, then Axel, then Aisha.
Okay.
Okay, so Gabby wants Dragon Deck, 26 financial, whoever.
Cool.
All right, since we just did yours, we'll do mine.
Excellent. And you're welcome, Layla. Absolutely. Yes, drop us an email and we can help you out with some community finding.
Absolutely. While I'm doing this, you kid, you want to do the commercial for what's coming up next? Since Layla asked anyway, but if you want to give more details of our next thing in February.
What's coming up next? Do you get like sad during the winter because it's dark real early? Do you wish that there was like a fun event that you could go to chase the sad away? Well, good news. The weekend of the Super Bowl, you can go to the Champlain Valley Expo in Essex Junction, Vermont for the Winter Vermont Renaissance Fair.
Yes, that's the dates are February 7th and February 8th in the Champlain Valley Expo. This will be the 10th year now they've been doing this or something like that?
9th, 10th.
Something like it's been a while. We've been there every year.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It's a very popular event. It is a full Renaissance fair, and yes, it's indoors. Temperatures aside, because we've been up there and it's been 30 below and we've still done it. And it's been very, very, very popular on the inside because it's nice and warm on the inside of the building.
No, Aisha, you have not missed your turn yet. You're still a few people down. And Layla, let me just type it in the comments here.
Oh, our email?
Yes.
Okay.
Unless do we have it in banner form?
Let me look.
Let me look. You do the thing, I'll look.
Okay, there's the website.
We don't, so I will just type it in the comments. So keep going.
We unfortunately, we just have it as we have our website address, but not our email address. All right, so Gabby wants the financial outlook, and very, very interesting because Gabby, all of your cards are inverted. All your cards are water cards. They're all cups. So, get your thinking cap on, Red. This is going to be an interesting one.
Oh, boy.
Inverted 7 of cups. Inverted 2 of cups. Inverted 10 of cups. So there's the number 7.
Hey Gabby, was this specifically about the house buying at all, or the house looking in, or was this just a general?
Well, she did say general financial. If she wants to, fine tune it, that So anyway, so the 7 of cups here. Choose your cup. Each cup has a different symbol, referring to different aspects of your life. One of which is financial, by the way. But there's a whole bunch of other things on there. There's really no wrong answer, but you can't take them all. You got to basically choose. Here's number 2. Remember, they're all upside down, but the idea is that the dragon is thirsty. Metaphor: the stream is on the ground. So is there a cup? There's also a cup in the sky. They are the exact same size. So which one do you go for? Do you overcomplicate stuff and you go for the one on the top, which is what humans typically do, or do you go for the one which is really closest to the stream? Make your decision. Now, again, you see the dragon there actually is smart and actually going for the one which is closer to the ground. And then we have the 10, the heated argument. Not necessarily going to turn really, really nasty, by the way. They're not fighting yet, but they could. It could resolve or it could blow up. You're not quite sure. And again, that's kind of intentional. Most tarot decks have have very interesting pictures showing some kind of oddness going on for the 10 of Cups.
Dad, I called it.
It's about the house stuff like that.
No, she had it in her head. She says. The disagreement of which would to go for first between me and T. Well, so which is it? House versus what? What's the versus? Or is it just getting through the wedding? Because you are like doing that in soon. Thanks for the invite.
All right, so
house or starting a fam.
Okay, so let's go for the idea of this was upside down.
So yes, we have lots of choices and
lots of choices, but obviously at this point there's really no clear path. You really
hard
don't
to
know
prioritize.
You don't have a bloody clue what the priority is right now. You want to take it all, can't. What's the priority? What's the top thing? Do you even have one at this point? Or maybe you do today, then tomorrow you change your mind. You're not consistent. All right. You're asking a question. I mean, literally, you ask the question, which is financial. All of your cards come up as water cards, which are emotion cards, because essentially, there's an emotional undertone that you just don't want to admit. That the cards are essentially kind of going, this really isn't about money.
Well, I mean, house versus starting family. They're right. This isn't really about money, but it is. It's the two most expensive things.
It is because obviously a house will cost money. Having kids will cost money. Yes, but it's much more. It's much more than money. What do they say? What's one of the lines from Dickens' Christmas Carol when the ghost of Christmas
more than money?
Yes, perhaps he's put more by than just money. So there's a lot more behind this question than your comment led on. So the idea is that what's next is that really, what do you really want to prioritize on? What makes the most logical sense? Now, this one, even though it was inverted, kind of says is that when it comes to decisions, especially emotionally, usually the one which is the simplest makes the most sense. Don't overcomplicate this. Really, really don't overcomplicate. And this one, the obvious thing here is the fact is that the two of you aren't on the same page.
Yes.
And so
perhaps, Father, a clarifier for that one.
What was that?
Perhaps, Father, a clarifier for that one.
I can do that. Looky. An earth card.
I was going to say, not a cup.
That we've already seen. Turning toward the white tree and not the black one. What has the most emotional fulfillment at this point? Not so much the earthly financial perspective, but what has the more emotional long-term desire. And by the way, there's no wrong answer.
We certainly can't answer that for you. This is between the two of you.
Yeah, but it does, honestly, it sounds like, it seems like one of you would much more rather settle the housing situation first. The other one's more into the family situation first. And they figure that they'll work each other out in the wash, so shall they say? Yeah, but you guys need to have some really serious conversations on this, because after all, it's a disagreement, and couples, they disagree all the time. That doesn't mean it's going to get really, really nasty and negative.
No,
but it could, especially if things aren't discussed properly. Ideas that both of you should get a chance to really, really, tell the other one what they really want and why they want it. Because
so tell me what you want, what you really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really. No.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was so not necessary.
Are you sure?
Let's move on. If you're okay with that, Gabby, we will move on with Adrian, and then Axel. Are they still around, Adrian and Axel? I hope.
Let's find out. Oh yeah, Gabby, we know that you both want both. It's just, yes, solving the order of operations is important.
Yep.
Axel is there.
Axel, okay. Adrian, you still with us? Because you're next.
And Aisha is also still here. Thank you so much for being patient.
Yes, it's Adrian, then Axel, then Aisha. And if Adrian's not here, we'll move on to Axel and Aisha. Since you guys are happy.
Present and accounted.
We will give
Adrian. There's Adrian. All right, excellent. There we go.
Okay, 7, either Dragon or Dark Shadows. No preference on reader. Actually, I think for some reason when she said Dark Shadows, let's use the Dark Shadows deck.
Okay. Entertain the people while I shuffle it.
How about if I give them the sound of silence?
Hello, darkness, my old friend. Why are you here? It's 4 p.m. Have you not seen that meme?
I have not seen that meme. I'm sorry. I missed that one.
That is one of my favorite of this time of year.
Yes, we are coming up on the shortest day of the year. We are only 3 days away from winter solstice.
And I've done the California dreaming meme at you for this time of year, right?
All the leaves are brown. All the leaves are brown.
All the leaves are brown.
Yes.
All the leaves are brown. All the leaves are brown. All the leaves are brown.
All the leaves are brown. Just keep on singing the same melody line. It works.
It does.
It's like singing basic Christian church hymns to the tune of Gilligan's Island. You'd be amazed how many that you can do that with.
All right. 7, she says.
I do believe 7's the Chariot in the majors.
Well, let's see what we get today. Wow, nothing inverted. Weird. So we have the 6 of Coins, the 8 of Cups, and the 10 of Wands. So yeah. 6 of Coins. Eight of Cups. And 10 of Wands. And this is just a general read we're having, yes.
So, the obvious question I had is, for those ones that you just pulled out there, since they're all suit cards, how many of them have? Well, I know none of them have pure symmetry because none of them ever do. How many of them are really, really close? For how many are really kind of like really screwed up?
Honestly, genuinely,
Mm-hmm.
I think the 6 of Coins might actually be symmetrical.
Really?
Here, let me.
Yeah, I mean, obviously from a distance it is. The question is, with the little fine tunings in there.
All the colors are correct.
Oh, okay.
This one, as you can see, not so much because like the top and the bottom designs are not the same.
Yeah, I can see that even from this perspective. Yep. And then the swords card,
They're the wands,
or
and
wands
yes,
rather. Excuse me.
the wands are just, yes, the colors are all mishmashed, but
Mishmash.
a lovely little gate they've created, though, haven't they?
Ah, yes, indeed they have.
So, the number of confusion in an earthly card. So, from a general read here, we've got some day-to-day earthly confusion. Why would we have that? 2025 has totally been not a confusing year at all.
Oh no. However, reason why I asked you about the symmetry or lack thereof of that is that you said that the design there, it's probably one of the most symmetrical cards in that deck, because you know we looked at this really, really closely. So
Yes.
actually, while there's some confusion, there actually also reflects some stability in there, especially from a financial perspective. So while you may be worried about stuff, it actually indicates that you actually have a much more stable foundation that you really can, if you have to, lean back on for support.
For your 8 of Cups, your cups are number one, the most important part. They are the right way up, because number one, upside down cups don't hold water.
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, congratulations on your cups actually being able to hold water. Yay! I am hoping that means that if you're not finding yourself in like incredible emotional abundance, that things are at least holding steady. Because 8 is also a number of sort of like, how would you describe Father? I am blanking on words. Words are failing me at present. We brains.
Feed your brains.
We
I mean,
continuing from 7 to 9, essentially.
Yeah, seven and nine. I mean, things. Yeah, eight. Honestly, from a for the single digits, 8 is one of the most confusing numbers. I mean, even though we say 6 is the number of confusion, okay, but at least that's something you can say that. But 8, it's sort of like partially refers to like businessy type of stuff, but it's a number where you're getting close to transformation, but you're not there yet. There's more stuff you got to get done. Yep. And I think that's why the 8 of Cups there, the fact is that you got 8 cups and they are pointing all the right directions. But the thing is, they're not. The pattern is a little different. Is that it's not symmetrical on purpose? Is that it's almost as if, like, from an emotional point of view, is that you got some stuff you got to iron out. The question is, are you willing to do that? If you really want to actually move on to that next phase, that number 9, the transition, et cetera, advance on, you really have to kind of like get a little pragmatic with some of your emotional shit right now.
I would say that's fair.
And again, leading to the previous card, remember your Six of Earth has some regards of stability. Now, maybe you don't recognize that, but it really, really is there. So that it's okay to take a little bit of a chance right now if you actually feel you need to. Go out on a bit of a limb and try to get those cups of there kind of like more neatly arranged than they are right now.
Because your energy is also not in a terrible place. Like, oh no, this card isn't fully symmetrical. It's not. But this isn't terrible either.
No.
This is a good solid pattern you've made. Now if you want the full symmetry, you just essentially have to fix the colors.
Right. The foundation is there. The pattern is there. It's just like now the devil becomes in the details.
Yep.
And maybe right now, maybe you don't care. Maybe the thing is that the idea is that if you're moving on, you're trying something different. Maybe you just need to build the foundation and get the basic fortress down, and you'll worry about the fine tuning. You'll worry about the window dressings and the actual painting of the stairs later on, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
So right now you'll slap something down there to make sure that everything's protected, but you'll worry about the finishing touches later on. That's okay.
I would say that's fair. And from a general perspective, I think that's about what we got for you.
Yep. If you having heard that, if you have a specific
Any
question you want to
follow-up?
throw out there, if not, we shall move on.
I've been thinking about offering Reiki sessions a few times a month, but not sure how to add it into my life. Like, add it into your life in like a business sense, or just are we still looking at more general?
I would definitely say think that one through first.
Mm-hmm. But there's a foundation potentially.
Yeah, foundation is definitely in there.
Oh, I think you have a delay in the chat. Ooh, ooh.
Well,
I love tech.
that definitely
we're doing
happens
so
at
good on
times.
tech.
But yeah, thinking about if you're thinking about offering Reiki, definitely the foundation is there. But I would say, do the research of when you say you're not sure how to add it into your life. The thing is, are you talking about, again, more from that business point of view, or is it really from that personal perspective? Do you want to give up the time, or is it more of how do you build a little business model around that?
More in general, I don't want to rock the boat too much with how much I have going on already. And that's fair, which is why I think the card's sort of talking about the foundation. So look at the foundation you currently have built. How can you fit this in there? Especially if you want it to just be like potentially more casual a few times a month.
Definitely got some thinking to do on that perspective.
Yes, indeed.
All right. So we will move on to Axel. I've already got the cards counted, by the way, since she actually gave the general dragon and 42. I'm actually ready to go. So we don't have to have a delay shuffling cards and you entertaining while I shuffle.
Excellent. And then we will get to Aisha after.
Yep, Aisha, you are next.
Everybody.
So if you want to, did Aisha already put a question, comment, etc.?
Yes.
That was a while ago, so maybe you can fish that out.
I got it.
Okay. So, Axel. Dragon cards, general. You have first the inverted number 19. the sun. I already did that. Here comes the sun. Dun, dun, dun. The most powerful fire card in the deck, even though officially it's not part of the fire suit, by the way. A little bit of an irony there. In the same way, the world, the most powerful earth card, officially not part of the earth suit, but still. So the upside down sun, number 19, the transition number 19 turns into a 10, turns into a 1 if you add the digits together. You have here, the second card is the 9 of Wands, another fire card. And the finale is the 8 of Coins, the earth card. So here are now your pictures. The sun.
Yay, the sun.
Well, basically the dragon body forming the clock, the face of the clock being the lion. So bit of a duality going on in this one. The 9 of Wands, which I sometimes refer to it as the Led Zeppelin card, as in, and she is buying the stairway to heaven. As you see, the dragon is going up a long staircase heading up towards infinity, towards the sky. But the dragon clearly also is not at the bottom. Has already climbed up a whole bunch of stairs, but there's a lot more to go. A lot of times the metaphor refers to long life, literal long life, or long good energy. And the idea is that you're heading upwards as opposed to, well, downwards, metaphor. And then the last one, the 8 of Coins. You know, the dragon basically kind of going, I am the dancing dragon. But if you look really closely at the bottom of the card, with the camera here, you recognize why the dragon's dancing, because there's a bunch of scorpions down there.
Yep.
So, fun times. Ha, 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 ha.
So, like, you're doing some good work, Axel, but as always, there is room for improvement.
Oh, Axel remembers the flaming jello shots. Thank you.
Yes, yes, indeed. Unfortunately, Sound Guy couldn't be here tonight.
Nope. Not this time. So yes, you're definitely, you're definitely trying to, you definitely got good stuff going on there. This one basically says, reminder of the fact of is that, you are at best when you're actually working with others. Don't do this at home alone, citizens. We are professionals, so to speak here. Upside down, because essentially is that sometimes you actually really try to be both the dragon and the lion to basically perform the whole clock.
You isolate too much.
Yep.
And you don't use your support system enough still, says part of your support system.
So stop that.
And yeah, that's what this implied.
Yeah, Axel keeps making little snide comments based upon past April Fool's streams.
Yes.
You're not listening to what we're saying to you. Gee, that never happens, right?
No, never.
You can tell
especially not with Axel.
Yes, and Axel can be a big pain in the ass.
Yes.
So the thing is, stop trying to do it all alone on your own. Okay. Now remember, long term, I know it's going to shock the hell out of you, but yeah, you're going to be around for a long time. Okay. So whether you like it or not,
and you're actually starting to move forward on your path. Now that you've actually made a little bit of progress and we're doing less of the self-deprecation and less of that, and you're actually finding it within you to think you're worthy enough to move forward, you're doing actual good work. Keep it up.
Mm-hmm. It is a long climb, but you are headed in the right direction, and you have to be patient.
Which I know you're not great at. But
no, you're not. You suck at that. You absolutely do. Short term, everyone's got short term, ups and downs. I think it's like one of the things which I say in readings an awful lot of time is that, we try to have some kind of balance in our lives. But the idea is that, remember that balance is only an average. You do not live in the moment in balance. It doesn't work that way. Never has, never will. You're up one moment, you're down the next, but as long as overall is that you have a nice average, you're doing good. I noticed that, this kind of shows that it's going to take a while to get up there. Let it take time. You don't have to run. You can walk.
Also, just saw your comment. Hi, creature. Yeah, Axel, killing people isn't exactly legal. You are correct.
Let's not go there.
No.
Here's your short-term card.
Stop pretending you're fine when you're not actually fine. It's okay to not be fine.
Thank you.
I know that the people that you're around on a day-to-day basis say that, like, it's not okay for you to be fine. But this is why you need to lean on your actual support system. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Wink,
Did
wink,
I hit
exactly.
you hard enough in the with the face of this?
Hi, back to you, Kristen.
That's my creature. Creature. Mm-hmm. Creature, are you still in the? Are we still near each other, but like not seeing each other physically because we're dingbats?
I'm waiting for a response to that comment.
But
so
Axel,
yes, back to you, Axel. Is the fact of that? Yeah, it's just like it's okay to basically you don't have to put the clown makeup on all the time and kind of go everything is great. Son of a bitch. You don't have to do that.
So stop.
And that's what we got for you.
Excellent timing, Aisha.
Yes.
So Aisha,
yes. So
could you tell us, first of all, a number between 1 and 78? Because I see your question. So could you tell us a number between 1 and 78? Would you like the Dragon deck, the Dark Shadows deck, or the Love deck?
Okay, now we have a number. Now we just need a deck.
Okay, so creature, you work in Manchester. Okay, so yes, you. Someday after work, you're like coming over and we're hanging out. Okay, okay. Love deck.
All right. Here come the love cards. We'll do it from the back.
And number 68.
Yes. Yeah, but I'm going to count backwards. It'll be faster. All right. Did you, by the way, your initial discussion, did you warn how this deck is R-rated?
I did not. Yeah, so Aisha, literally what we are doing is, so psychic reading is an umbrella term, and tarot reading falls under the umbrella of psychic reading. There's like lots of different types of psychic readings. This is one of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, psychic is really it really is a very general phrase here. So, yeah, she's got some very interesting pictures here, which will be fun for others to see here. The number of the cards, first of all, you have first off the 7 of Wands, fire number, or fire sign rather. You have the inverted Knight of Swords, swords referring to change. And then you also have the last card is the Knave of Swords, which also refers to the zodiac sign of Gemini. So I don't know if Gemini has any relevance to you. Now, the question was, that person, do you see his intentions or feelings?
Does he have intentions or feeling? Does he have intentions or feelings for you?
Okay. Well, let's go on right now before I show you the pictures here, because this one's really more obvious in this deck, being that this deck for love, it really talks about all aspects of emotional love relationships, typically romantic, by the way, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and the way the suits again: earth, air, fire, water. The air and fire being male energy elements. They have a tendency of being much more lusty. And then the earth and the water suits have a tendency of being much more emotional and loving. Oh, so you're a Virgo, so you're not Gemini. So let's just say that the thing is the air and the fire cards that you got here, they're all are much more, shall we say, physically oriented, emotionally oriented, with some potential exceptions. So here's the picture of the Seven of Wands. Remember, numerology, seven's for the number of resolution. You have here, oh, and by the way, this deck is deliberately drawn heterosexually. It's about male and female energy, not literal gender. So the idea is that you could be anybody in these cards. You could be the girl in one card, then the guy in the next card, and so forth and so forth. So here's the picture of the Seven of Wands.
And
go ahead, Greg. What were you going to say?
and by the way, if anybody in future is interested in a non-heteronormatively drawn deck, I now possess three.
Is it 3 of them?
I believe I am up to 3 non-heteronormatively drawn decks.
Okay. So you see here is that it's the embrace of the man and the woman, where if you look really closely, he's like actually starting to remove her dress. Not like she's really stopping him, by the way. But there is that little gecko on the that rock there next to him, kind of going, what's the real intentions of the male here? Is it really because he's really into this person? This is a more of an emotional connection, or is that he just wants to get his hands on her? Here's the Knight of Swords, referring to, again, change. This is one of the more physical, almost like kink cards in the deck. There are a few of them, by the way, because the actual real main thing about this card is not the actions of what the man and the woman are doing, but if you notice that while they have their little game going on there, the door is wide open. And there's a couple of people on the other side of the door which are watching this and literally laughing. So this often has a tendency of referring to more of loss of inhibitions by the couple in the room there. While it is kind of a little bit of a whole sub-dom thing going on here, it's almost like they don't really care who's actually kind of like watching them going on in this. And then we have here the Knave of Wands, or Swords rather, excuse me, the Gemini card, which I refer to as the kiss my ass card. Because, there she is bearing her butt, and there he is on his knees,
But he seems into it.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's the whole thing is that, again, because you essentially, you've got two different cards here where you have here, one clearly is in charge of the other. And again, you got this one where, clearly the guy's got the girl by the hair and a whip in his hand, and she's just like waiting to receive. Thank you, sir. May I have another? Versus this one where now she's got the sword and she's like, now it's your turn to kiss my ass. And by the way, that's actually how it should be done as a general rule. Is the idea is that, from a physical perspective, one day you're the giver, the next day you're the receiver. Is that there should be, again, a balance. Not that it has to be 50-50 all the time, but the idea is that there's the whole point of the give and the take here. So getting back to the answer to the question, which really kind of starts from this one, does he actually have feelings? Sure, he does. Absolutely. Is this all lust? Is this all physical? No, it is not. But it clearly is more physical than emotional. So the idea is, I don't know from your perspective, and by the way, we don't need to know details. So you don't have to share any information. But it seems like this person is definitely much more, should we say, has a much more higher sex drive. And therefore...
and now we're not saying whether or not you guys have done anything yet.
Right.
Just that currently the attraction is a bit more physical than emotional. That can absolutely change with time. Absolutely.
Because clearly it's not all physical, but the thing is, I would say is definitely it's much more on the physical end than the emotional end. So again, not we don't need to know details of where you are with this person, and again, because the thing is, because the cards actually show that whole flip flop where in the one it's the man controlling the scene, the next one it's the woman controlling the scene. And so, and essentially, it's the same lady, by the way. While the guys actually have changed more or less. Actually, I'm looking at these pictures here. They look kind of similar. The guys do, but clearly, I can tell by the pictures, it's the same girl. So she's on her knees in one, and she's definitely she's controlling the sword in the other one. So again, it shows that at least there's a balance on the whole give and take aspect. If anything, it kind of shows that maybe you actually have similar, physical feelings back to this person. So the idea is that you say in your comment that you're friends right now. Okay, well, maybe actually this is a time that you want to maybe pursue taking a little beyond the friends aspect in there. But recognize that apparently that the attraction is probably right now more physically bent than emotional bent. But again, emotions can and often do
Develop with
increase.
time.
And with time, a lot of relationships start very physical and then wind up getting emotional down the road.
And if you're friends now, then you're at least starting off with a decent foundation.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a reason why you're friends. There's obviously some connection going on there, and maybe actually it might have been a little bit of an initial emotional connection, and now that you're kind of getting a little closer to each other, is that whole physical connection is now starting to kind of going, hey, stuff happens, and there's no one right way. Everyone will feel you'll find your own way. That was actually pretty easy.
Yes, it was. Look at us go. Who do we got next?
Unless you have a clarifier, Aisha, we're going to go on. The next one is Latoya, if Latoya is still around.
Do. He is or isn't seeing anything serious. I'm not. He's not seeing anything serious. Well, like we said, we're not seeing anything serious right now in the immediate future either. But time can change many factors.
Absolutely. If you have a desire, I would say pursue something.
Yeah.
Sounds like this might go somewhere. Latoya, are you still there? Because if not, we're going to go to our wait list.
I don't know how many people are actually still that were on the wait list are still there.
Actually, Chelsea was still there too, right?
Oh yeah, Chelsea, you still here? Because you could potentially get one too.
I was going to say exactly. So
who is on our wait list, and are they present?
Well, mostly what I have here are actual, like I think there are more from the YouTube than from the Facebook.
No, I know, but just
what was called Rabbit Shot. Wow, I can't even.
Oh look! Oh look! Ha ha! Ha ha!
One of our core thieves has shown up there. Thank you. Now please go away.
But don't. We love you, Jesse.
Yes, we love you, Jesse.
And Chelsea.
We love Jesse. Yes, we do. I'm trying to go back. I'm trying to find comments.
Let's
go back a ways. Wow.
Well, I'm happy to do one for Chelsea. I'm also happy to do one for Jesse Latoya.
Isn't that fun?
He is fun. He's a big supporter.
There was like the RAVITEJACHOUDER. I think I can't even read I can't find any comment, but I think is I can't. I'm having this pen.
I like this. I can't read my own writing.
I can't read my own friggin' handwriting.
I love this. I can't read my own writing.
Then there was a Montaigne. and there was also an Azabul Malik 2750 and Catwoman. I remember was also out
Yeah,
there.
but I haven't seen them in a while.
So I don't
So
know who's left at this point. So,
lay it on us, Chels.
but yeah, Kate never showed up. So essentially, she's not. She's lost her spot. And
Yes.
Latoya, I guess Latoya's gone. So anybody else chiming in at this point? Anybody else? Creative List was another one. Catwoman. Azabel Malik. And the other two, I can't freaking read my own handwriting. Any of you out there? Say something while you have the chance. And crickets.
Crickets. Well,
Well, we could
farewell.
do
We
we,
will
we
wait.
could
We
do
will await.
Chelsea. We could do Chelsea. We could do one more for whoever would like to have one who actually is still out and listening to us. Like recently, day 5650 put a comment. May I ask a question? Yeah, maybe you will, because if nobody else would like to have it, we can definitely do something.
So we got Dragon Deck 8 General Read aimed at my own practices and future goals. Go for it. Which Dragon Deck, Dad?
Let's do yours because mine was the last one.
All right. Give me a minute here. So yeah, so where actually are we at in terms of numbers, Father? So
We've done 8 readings.
okay. So in writing and diving into publishing, goodness gracious. Day and Creature can fight it out if they want to, unless we feel like doing 11. But first,
It's almost Christmas. We can give Day 5650 and Kristen a reading if they would like to hang on.
yay!
And they will close out our stream.
All right. Here, Dad, do you want to get your deck out just to show the cards off and everything?
Well, once I know what they are, yes.
Ooh, look. We have the Inverted Magician, Inverted 8 of Wands, and the 5 of Coins.
Now, it's funny. The Magician actually was the first card of my deck here.
That's very funny.
So what was that? 8? You said 8 of Wands. What was the other one?
5 of Coins.
8 of Wands, 5 of Coins. Boy, it's taking a while to find these other ones.
Okay. So, I'm going to start talking.
You talk.
The Magician, 8 Wands, 5 of Coins. Inverted. So, what, Chelsea? Are we done performing for the bureaucracy of it all?
Okay, what the hell?
I'm not entirely sure what the current job situation is for you, but your magician is not the same as the other magician that we discussed in a previous reading. This really is reading to me like a tired magician. And that makes sense. Are you already looking into programs and things? Because also inverted Eight of Wands. So say, looking to me right now, like our energy is in a bit of a dip. Which, like, number one, it's winter, so this doesn't shock me. But two, are we also perhaps not 100% sure about this particular path? Plus you can't be a college professor full time without enough pure English grad school credits, which is frustrating. Yeah, that would be. Do you have alternative?
There's your 8 of wands.
Thank you. Do you have
There was your
alternative?
magician. I still can't find the 5 of coins. Okay, this is annoying.
um, what's the alternative that we got?
There it is.
Because maybe
Deadlines.
deadlines. Deadlines are February. Kind of going back, how to financially handle going back after so long. And yeah, I mean, especially you're choosing a time right now to go back. It's a time.
It's the time of the season.
Well, I mean, they're
Well,
they're they're trying to end the concept of student loans in a lot of ways. But how did you do it the first time? Number one. Number two, if this is a thing you want to do, but you know that you can't do it full time without other credential issues, is there an alternative path to still get you out of what you're doing? Because we're very clearly done with what we're doing. Online teacher and retail full time, just I don't want to say necessarily put it on hold, especially when you get to the 5 of coins. I feel like the maze is solvable. I feel like you may not have all of the pieces yet, though, that you require. What think you, Father?
yeah. This one bugs me. The whole point of the 5 of coins with the dragon hovering over the labyrinth. It's
Yeah,
just like, it's almost like you're trying to do too much. And focusing on the realities of things, especially from the financial aspect. It's a difficult decision to make, unless you're like in a spot where you're looking like to like blow things up. But I don't think you are.
yeah, that's I think the really hard part.
Yeah, you want
Is
basically you want to
the
follow.
timing of all of this.
Yeah, you want to follow your passions. I get that. But the idea is that this one kind of says is that earthbound stuff takes priority right now. And while it may not be what you want to do in the short term, it's like you almost have to deal with the boring mumbo jumbo to kind of keep yourself financially afoot.
And here's something from Gabby too.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with that right now.
This is definitely not a, we do not hold this position for forever, but in terms of right now, the situation, the earthly situation for you to be able to do this does not seem super conducive. Oh,
You know,
and here's a question from Creature. For publishing, are you wanting to work for a publisher or become a published author?
yeah,
Can you
yeah.
use your could you use your English degree, because like God knows how many companies need this. Could you use your current English degree to get work as an editor somewhere? Even companies just need English majors to basically proofread basic ads that
Mm-hmm.
they put out into there.
I mean, as a general rule, can you use my sound like a bit like the Wall Street Journal now for the next few minutes? Um, the crazy economy that we've got going in this country is something which honestly over my years I've never seen this before. And the fact of is that yeah, unemployment is relatively low, all things considered, as long as you're not trying to find a job. The idea is that we're in a situation where if we're in a very, very low turnover, but also a very, very low hire. Companies are not laying people off, but they're also not hiring anybody either. It's like everyone's like holding on to that status quo, like waiting for the next shoe to drop. And therefore, it's like if you're one of those workers in the wheel, in the cog, it's just like you really have to play your cards carefully if you're trying to make a significant change at this point. Status quo may suck, but in the short term, it may be the thing which is necessary.
Aw, everyone's being so nice in the comments. Oh well, Chels, that's because they're stupid. There's no real way about that around that. It's because they're stupid. Wow, how can being a teacher help? Oh my god. But that is what we have for you, darling.
Yes, for lack of a better phrase.
Scrolling back up to Day's comment here. Ah, another love question. So, number one, Day, for you, we will need a number between 1 and 78. And then 2, would you like the Dragon deck, the Dark Shadows deck, or the Love deck? I'm assuming ARP are the initials of said other person.
Yes, I was going to basically say I presume that's the other person we're referring to.
I'm going to hope so.
Because initially when I saw that, I misread. I thought it was AARP. I'm like, what?
Okay, glad I am not the only one that did that.
And Kristen, if you are still out there and still want to throw a question out, you will be our final person. We will do day 5650. We will take care of you, and then we will call it a night.
Oh wait, so Day, you have retracted the love question. I'm slightly confused. Also, please number between 1 and 78. So then,
Okay, wants to ask another question. So what?
so then, yep,
What?
give us your other question and.
Okay, Dragon deck is ready. Now we just need a question. Will
Will my
finances
finances
improve?
improve in 2026? God, I hope all of ours will.
You know what? Uh, this I was going to say it. It's I was just watching. This reminds me of a line from one of my favorite Christmas movies, The Polar Express. And if you're familiar with that film, that is the when the kids on the on top of the train, and he runs into the ghost of the hobo,
Yep.
and he goes, "Is there something I can do for you?" And the kid says, "I'm looking for a girl." Noble goes, "Ha ha! Ain't we all?"
Yep.
So yes, will my finances improve? Yeah. Well, yeah, hopefully all of ours will. Because I tell you, I have no problem putting 2025 in the rearview mirror.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Mohana, we are actually this is our second to last reading for the evening. But we do these fairly regularly. So next time you see us, hopefully we will have time to do your question. But we are actually almost towards the end of our live stream.
Yes, you could definitely you can put in a request for the next time and we can we'll give you a slot because that's what we do is that when when we post these things, we ask people to sign up in advance, and those who do sign up in advance get their readings first, and then we take the on call to fill up the rest of the night because we only do 10 readings a night. So anyway, so today we've got here all your cards are facing regular, no inverted ones. We have
Yay!
first the Four of Wands, second the Six of Cups, and lastly the Page of Coins, which also refers to the zodiac sign of Virgo. So I have no idea if Virgo has any relevance to you or not. I always always point out the zodiac references when they do show up here. So we have a fire card, a water card, and an earth card. So now I'll show you the pictures. Here is your Four of Wands, which we sometimes refer as the divine male card because the fact that you have this nice little phallic symbol in there, and the dragon surrounding that. So it does refer to actual strong male energy. Second one is the Six of Cups, looking at the boat, the dragon boat from a distance, from the shore rather. You're looking at from the side for a reason. The dragon boat essentially is sailing in uncharted waters, essentially trying to take care of things, not recognizing that there's a support network all around them. There are porpoises in the water next to the boat. There are birds in the sky above the boat, and there are boats following the boat way in the distance. Now, I'm not sure if you can see all that details, but those are the metaphors we're referring to, that there are all kinds of support networks. If you want to take opportunity of that, you don't have to do it all by yourself. And then the Virgo card, or the Page of Coins. You've got there the dragon basically going into the forest because in the background there is a mountain which has turned into Mount Vesuvius. It's now an exploding volcano. It is starting a massive eruption, and the dragon's going into the woods to basically wake up all the creatures and say, "Get the hell out. If you stay here, you're going to die."
Yep.
The whole idea of, quote, the British are coming. So this was his comment. I'm a loner. I like to keep to myself. I'm water. Well, yeah, you do. Well, you know what? Maybe this is not the best time for you to actually do that. Now, I grant you, you said you're asking for if your finances are going to improve. Well, let me put it this way. These cards all refer to one particular thing. If you try to go at it alone, again, no, they're not. The idea is that whatever you're doing, with your financial situation is that you need some assistance, you need some help, even if it's just friendly advice that maybe you don't actually really have to take, but it's good to hear a different perspective. I'll grant you this one: strong male energy. Okay, metaphor, but it does refer to you. Okay, yeah, you can handle things on your own if you absolutely have to, but the whole idea is that you shouldn't. Idea is
especially
that
especially not in the current climate that we are in. The current climate that we are in financially is not a climate of do it on my own. Now
nope.
is the time to band together to be part of community and find economic strength that way, partially.
Now he said that Virgo is a loner card, as he understands. I wouldn't necessarily.
Eh,
I wouldn't necessarily agree with that. The idea is that Virgo of the three Earth signs, it's the third of the three. Um, Virgos have a tendency of being very, very deliberate on their motions, but they're not necessarily loners. And the whole point is that this is by far not a loner card. This is a dragon that's actually going into harm's way to basically try to help others. Idea is that it's a shitty situation, but rather than just abandoning it and kind of going, I'll just save myself. No, the dragon's actually going into the woods to basically wake up all the creatures to say, hey, let's all get out of here before the shit really, really hits the fan.
mm-hmm.
So, maybe you actually need to go in with a bit of a financial partner. Or like I said, just listen to other people. There might be other ways of investing that you never thought of before, or just ways of, trying to cut expenses. The idea essentially is that your finances are not going to improve if you basically try to remain the idea of being that loner. Free will, do what you want to do. It doesn't indicate that things are going to get worse if you actually decide to go at it, by yourself. But they're sure as heck aren't going to get any better, especially if you're looking for one way to improve your finances is to improve your employment situation. And that's going to require some allies that you definitely are not going to be able to do on your own, at least not in this climate, not in this economy.
Yeah.
Maybe a year from now, we'll have a different conversation about this. But right now, it's pretty obvious what the kind of crap that's going on. So everybody's nervous. Everyone's status quo. Things aren't, quote, bad, but things are also just kind of in that wait and see mode. They're just waiting for that other shoe to drop.
Absolutely.
Like this one. It says, Leo in his north mode, I shy from the spotlight. All right. I understand that. I didn't say it was going to be easy.
No, he did not.
Well, especially, hey, I'm Libra. I also have a tendency of being a loner. So there are times where I am my own worst enemy because I try to do things by myself. Because there are times where I do things by myself and everything's fine and it works out great. And believe me, if I did collaborate, it'd be more complicated and I would have a worse result. Sometimes that's very, very true. And you probably experienced an awful lot of success stories that you can say, hey, I did this all on my own. Well, you know what? Beautiful. But it doesn't work all the time.
We're in slightly uncharted territory now.
Yeah. Remember, uncharted territory. You do have a support network. Yes, you can ignore them if you want to, but it's better off if you don't. That was actually pretty easy, all things considered.
Yes, it was. Look at
all
that.
Right. One more to go.
I prepared the way you prepared.
What was that?
I prepared the way you prepared.
Oh, okay. Did Kristen give the whole scenario?
Yep. I got Beautiful. It. So, get the dragon deck.
What am I looking for?
The High Priestess, the 10 of Coins, and the 7 of Swords.
Okay.
For any big issues coming down the pike, like medical crap again.
Any of them inverted, by the way?
Inverted High Priestess, inverted 7 of Swords.
And what was the last one?
Uh, the middle one was the non-inverted 10 of coins.
Okay, so I found the Seven of Swords, so I'm looking for the High Priestess and the Ten of Earth.
Yup. So, from the way that your high priestess is facing, I'm guessing we don't feel fully recovered. I understand the feeling well. I understand that feeling very well. How are you doing in terms of fully getting back to baseline and back to where you were before? Because it looks like we are still working on that. Um, how you doing, Dad?
I'm still looking for. There we go. What card am I putting up there first? High Priestess.
We're doing High Priestess. Inverted High Priestess. So so what do you think, Dad? I'm just saying this feels like we're not fully recovered yet. We are not back to baseline from where we've been.
No, I mean the idea is that if you think that you can pull off all this right now on your own, no. Not that you can't and you won't down the road, but don't try to force the issue. Let yourself heal. Let yourself recover first.
Still trying to figure out the gaining weight and the hot flashes. Oh my god, it's not menopause, isn't it? I'm an asshole. Excuse me. But moving into the 10 of coins, how much is this affecting still day-to-day stuff? Like you're worried about big things still coming down, like down the pipe, but I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong here, that this is also going right, but you still have problems in the present. Why are we looking for more?
I was going to say this one's not upside down, correct? That was this way.
Correct.
Yeah, this like it's trying to seek the balance. This is like the nine of coins that we saw earlier. It's the same white and black trees. Black roots to the ground, white roots to the sky, and there you are between the two. It's just like you're trying to find the balance, but the balance does not mean feeding 50% off of each tree.
Correct.
You got to pick, you got to find your own long-term balance. Remember, balance is an average. You don't live it day to day in balance. Doesn't work that way.
For the inverted 7 of swords, there will be some type of resolution coming. 7 being the number of resolution. Will it be the kind of resolution you were hoping for? I can't say, but I will say it will at least I don't know if you can see it from the close up that Dad is trying to get, but there are 2 swords that were in front of the doorway blocking it that basically got knocked out of the way.
Yep.
So whether or not this is a resolution that you are hoping for, looking forward to, it's at least going to be a resolution that is going to at least knock some stuff off of your plate.
The idea that the sword suit for the dragon deck is that once you get past the 3, the swords really start forming those metaphorical door frames. But in numerology, 7 being the number of resolution, that's the only card in this deck where the dragon actually gets through the door frame. Hence why you're seeing his back. All the other ones, you're seeing the front side of the dragon. The dragon's not either can't get through or won't go through. And the reasons are different in each card. But this is the only one where the dragon actually has gotten through the door frame, but he did it by breaking the door frame. To make an omelet, you got to break some eggs.
So will there be more big stuff coming? I don't know that I'd say big. I feel like we've got medium stuff coming.
Oh, I like that medium stuff.
Yeah, I it might feel bigger in the moment because uh this might have been something that you could have handled, I won't say better, but maybe differently in before times. But we are not in before times. Um Also, I drew a clarification card that Gabby's comment here actually I'm like, "Oh, it's like Gabby knew." And Gabby put it very succinctly into words. Good job, Gabby. So here, let me just put that up there.
Well,
And
what's the clarifier?
inverted 7 of coins.
Oh, the leap of faith card. Got to cross the bridge, but you're not quite sure what the hell if it's going to survive.
Well, I like the way I like Gabby's comment that she made without knowing that I did that. It can be easy to get hung up on finding the answers once you have one piece, but it's important to keep living.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Cross a bridge.
Also, remember the thing is that failure becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you think you're going to screw up, you will. Versus if you think everything's going to go off fine, there's a much better chance that it will.
It's true.
See if I can find the 7 of Earth. Of course, it's no matter what I do, no matter what end of the deck I start, it's like always winds up being like one of the last cards. There you go.
Cross a bridge.
Or another thing from Lord of the Rings, since I met those references before. This from the movie, when Gollum and Frodo are at the top of Minas Morgul, about to go into the cave, and Frodo's like, "I don't want to go in there," and Smeagol goes, "Go in, or go back."
Or go back.
And Frodo's response is, "I can't go back." It's not exactly from the book, but it's pretty darn close. And it does apply.
Hi, Nancy.
Hi, Nancy.
So hopefully that was helpful, creature.
Indeed.
Maximilian, unfortunately, that was actually our last reading of the night. You and Nancy just came in right at the end, I'm afraid.
Yes, we only do 10 readings a night, and actually we did a bonus one tonight.
For the holiday spirit. But we do these very regularly, so if you like, you can always sign up for our next one. We do recommend people sign up for them in advance. So if you just you can count this as your sign up for next month if that's what you would like. Nancy, I'm definitely awake. It's getting better slowly currently, but we still don't fully know what's going on, and we don't know what's triggering it. So we live in fear.
You found out a few things that it's not.
Yes, we've found a few things that it's not, but we have not found out what it is.
Yes. Well, you know what? It reminds me of an old Star Trek quote from the original TV show, where one time they run into this screwball anomaly, and Kirk keeps asking Spock for analysis, and finally says, "No analysis due to insufficient information." And Kirk loses it, and he goes, "That is insufficient information is not sufficient," And he goes, finally, he says, "All right, let's review reverse logic. If you can't tell me what it is, perhaps it'll help if you tell me what it isn't."
Which that can be helpful, but
Yeah.
sometimes it's also annoying.
It can be very annoying because I remember that in that particular episode, Spock lists off a whole bunch of things which it's not, and then Kirk says, "Well, so far that's not much help." It's good dialogue, actually. I thought it was really, really kind of cool. Anyway,
But yes, thank you all so much for joining. Sorry that it has been so long, but yeah, life happens, health happens. Um,
mm-hmm.
Hopefully, especially since all of you were so eager about us being back, hopefully we can do this with a bit more regularity again.
Exactly. And until
Um,
then, happy holidays.
Happy holiday. Yes.
Happy holidays to
Oh God,
you.
excellent
Okay,
impression.
that was a bit silly. Um, but yes, hopefully you guys have enjoyed yourself tonight. We're on because you guys like us to come on. So if you'd like to have us back for 2026, let us know.
Yes, please.
We could go back to doing these things on a more regular basis rather than taking a few months off like we did this year. Again, more from a health perspective than anything else. However, it is what it is, and no matter what happens, we will all continue to press on. So. If you'd like to sign up for the next time, like I said, you drop us a note on our email, our Facebook, our YouTube, all that fun stuff. We'll get a spot for you for the next time, and then obviously the next for show up.
Yes, that is the next important part. We can't make you show up.
Exactly. So happy holidays, everyone, no matter what holidays you are celebrating. And
Indeed.
until then, merry
Merry
meet,
meet, merry
merry
part,
part, and
and
merry
merry
meet
meet
again.
again.
I know that didn't quite.
Didn't quite, but hopefully we'll actually be in the same room the next time.
Yeah, that would definitely be a help. So, all right, fare thee well.